Well, I think that's a foreign substance up there.
Herbert Beck is one of the most renowned watercolor artists of his generation. He's almost 90, but he still attends every exhibition showing his work. This gallery in Düsseldorf has collated pictures of the artist's professional life, spanning the last 40 years. They're all watercolors, even if that's sometimes hard to believe.
Basically, he treats watercolors like oil paintings. The color is applied very densely. It gives the impression of being an oil painting rather than a light flowing watercolor. In my opinion, he's developed this technique so well that you can really call him the definitive watercolor expert of his generation.
The exhibition is dominated by paintings of human faces. Beck calls them faces of the world. Until recently, they were on display in Beijing. The series includes portrayals of different characters, moods, and facial expressions. Beck is frequently inspired by the view from his studio in the Bavarian town of Tegernsee. Despite his age, he still works on his art every day. He paints on moistened, laid paper using a wet-on-wet technique that he has perfected. The rest is intuition. The motif may be unrecognizable in the early stages, but the artist knows what he's aiming for. This will be another one of his faces.
Die Gesichter, da möchte ich doch
These faces, I'd like to somehow create a small documentation, faces of our time. Sometimes they're sad, and I think they give the impression of being wounded, or at least I'd like them to.
Many of Beck's paintings are large and brightly colored. He paints still life, frequently flowers. And he also does landscapes using deep, calming colors.
Ich liebe sonore, kraftvolle Farbigkeit.
I love sonorous, powerful colors. That probably dates back many years, to the time when I met Emil Nolde. His powerful watercolors remain a model for me to this day.
Sind mir auch heute noch Vorbild.
While painting, the artist often wipes off his brushes on strips of white paper. These later form the basis of his miniatures, small format pictures created by chance.
Here I've discovered something I really enjoy. I keep hundreds of little pieces like this. At some point I put these little cardboard mats in front of them. Here, for example, I've got a small yet dramatic scene. It could be the moon or the sun. It's almost a finished picture. I really enjoy it, and I found it appeals to people. If I move the frame a bit, I get a totally different picture again. Here you see two people, and there's a wonderful magenta hue here. Brightness in the middle. It's almost a small abstract picture.
The opening of the Düsseldorf exhibition was a huge success. Several pictures were sold on the first day. The collectors had good cause to celebrate. After all, it's not every day you get your hands on an original painting by Herbert Beck.